Good morning everyone, it's Saturday the 18th of May, long run day. The plan will be 22, maybe 23 kilometres. We'll see how it goes. Very misty morning here. It's been interesting to see if I climb out of the mist as I get a bit higher. I've had a couple of days rest. It'll be really interesting to see as well how my legs are feeling and see, well, specifically see how the knee's doing. So that's the big question for today. On we go. So something I'll need to start getting better at, more practiced at, is nutrition on long runs. Not so much in the prep, but what I do when I'm out. I run, I do my sort of, well, I can imagine I would be able to do 26, 27, 28k and it not really cause a problem. But as the mileage starts to build, I'm going to get better performance if I do a bit of fueling as I go. And then when I get up to ultra distances, I don't really have any options. I'm going to have to fuel. And I'm just not practiced at it. I don't know what my body's going to like or be able to stomach. So that's something. So today, I brought a gel out with me, and I've got quite a selection of gels at home. Start experimenting with that. So I'll do that after about an hour. So about halfway in, and see how that goes. And other things I do. So on my right hand side here, in my water, I do have some electrolytes. So that's High 50. This one's just water. This is the Montaigne Gecko. This is the Montaigne Gecko VP vest. Really pleased with it, but I haven't carried much load in it yet. When I do the run, the big run, and the longer prep runs, I'm going to be entirely self-supported, so I need to be able to carry everything. So I need to start training on that. So looking at really, what I can fit where. Another important consideration is the fact that this run, if I do it in my 50th, it's going to be the end of March, and that could be quite cold. Quite different towards the end of May. So I'm going to have to carry more to cope with that. I don't mind running in the cold, but I need to be prepared. So a lot to think about in terms of the logistics. So I'm about 6k in, so just over a quarter of the way. Heart rate's about 140. Pace isn't terribly startling, but let's not worry about that. Still very misty. No sign of it clearing yet. Which is actually fine, because I think I'm probably a bit dehydrated today. Yesterday was a trip to London, and I find it's just tough to, well, I've discussed before, but I find it tough with nutrition in general when I'm away. It, quite easy to eat junk calories. I have to say, I didn't actually do too bad yesterday, which was nice. But usually I'm drinking, 2.5 litres of water a day. And it was quite hot in London, and I just wasn't able to drink that much. To be honest, there's the practicalities of just needing the loo when you're travelling. It's not the most helpful. So, a bit dehydrated, but thankfully I've got plenty of water with me. And yeah, I'll just not take it too hard. Well, 9.5k in, about the high point of the route, and yeah, not much sign of the fog lifting yet. It's potentially a little bit brighter, but still pretty dull. But it's nice. It's a nice temperature. Not a breath of wind. That's why the fog's still here. But yeah, so just under halfway. But I'm going to stop here and have the gel. So one of the other reasons I've decided to have a gel today and fuel on the run. So I've got this, it's like baby food. 200 calories of apple and maple syrup. Yeah, I do wonder if part of the reason I'm getting a sore knee is because my legs are fatigued. Well, they will be fatigued, but that's sort of then impacting my form. So I do wonder if I fuel, whether that will help kind of keep my legs fresher for longer. So we'll see. It's all an experiment. But yeah, I usually run fasted. So I'll get up and I don't have anything to eat. And I don't find that a problem. In fact, I prefer that, because I don't really like having anything in my stomach. I don't really want to have any kind of gastric issues when I'm out, and sort of discomfort there, because if you're out doing an endurance event, your body's not really wanting to be digesting food. It's taking blood away from your stomach and your digestive systems. So you're really kind of causing yourself problems if you have too much to eat. And really, it shouldn't be a problem running fasted. I'm running in my aerobic zone. So that means that I'm being able to take in enough oxygen for the rate I'm running, that my body can oxidize fat. So I'm not really needing, and I've got plenty of fat stores. So yeah, I'm 11.5% body fat or around there. I've got plenty of fat stores that my body is hopefully just metabolizing fat on the runs. And it's not so much about me burning fat, it's there, and my body's it doesn't need to take in carbohydrates to fuel for a run, because if you're running at that correct rate, your body's not using carbohydrates anyway. So don't be afraid to go out and try running fasted. You just don't really need the food. The only thing that really needs the food is your brain, but your body's got enough carbohydrate stores to do that. So I'm going to have my gel and then get on with the run and see how I go. But at this stage, knees feeling good, legs are feeling good. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I didn't have the best night's sleep ever. I don't feel the freshest, but that's often the case after kind of coming back late from London. Is just struggle to really kind of calm down and get into the good sleeping zone. So, but anyway, yeah, it's good to be out, and the fog is lifting a bit. So we'll see what it's like in a while. Well, 12k in. Pace has been okay, and heart rate's been pretty good. have the sunglasses on, so that's a good sign. The cows seem pretty happy. I think it's going to be a nice day. So, yep, along here into Dunfermline, down through Pettencrieff Park and head for home.
So this is Pettencrieff Park, right in the heart of Dunfermline. An amazing park, just full of character, and it's really nice to be doing some slightly wider loops in the park. And that's what my incremental distance will be, is just doing a little bit longer in the park, heading down into the glen alongside the burn. So really nice to be back in this part of the park. 14.5k in, and actually knees feeling fine. Hopefully they can continue to do so, and that's a bit further than they did last week. So yeah, we'll just need to see what happens. So the park's where they do the local park run, but I've never done a park run, and I never really feel inclined, to be honest. One of the things I love about running is just there are no rules, no organisation. I just go out and do it, and yeah. So maybe someday, but certainly not today.
So that's the run done. Yeah, managed 22k at a very sedentary 5:47 pace. And 22k is not a massive increment on where I got to last week. And yeah, knee still was getting quite painful towards the end, and particularly up hills. So there's a few I walked. But the pain did come on a little bit later, which is good. And it never got too bad. I just kind of took it a bit easier when I felt it getting bad and started walking, and decided to take it a bit easier. So the hope is that the pain starts to come on kind of later and later and later, and hopefully eventually goes. But we'll just need to see. Though, back home, bit of a stretch. I'll maybe do some squats and things with a kettlebell, just to kind of work my glutes a bit. Yeah, we'll lighten the pizza oven later and hopefully have a nice time there. The weather's improving. Enjoy your weekend.